Hey, what's up, purpose seekers? Alex here from Own Your Path Mind Engineer, helping you engineer your mind for success. And today's video is all about helping you create a purposeful life vision. What are the three core elements that you need in your purposeful vision to create meaning and drive motivation and inspiration for you to continuously pursue your goals, pursue your vision, push beyond your comfort zone, face your fears and doubts, so you can continue evolving and growing as a human being. It's going to allow you to fulfill your purposeful life vision. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to share with you is the purposeful life vision framework that I've created to help you understand the three core elements that are required for you in your purposeful life vision. So the first thing is your strengths. So really understanding your natural interests. What are you naturally drawn to? The skills you've acquired over time, the natural abilities that you have, things that you're naturally good at, that you've identified in your life, and taking time to reflect on these things, get clear on these things, and your curiosities as well. So like, what are you curious about developing, right? Maybe you've identified some kind of potential inside of you. Say, I think I'd be really good at this thing, or at this, particular skill, or whatever it might be. And you've identified this potential inside of you, and you're naturally drawn to want to learn more about it. Maybe you just don't know how yet. Maybe you haven't taken the first steps, but those are strengths, and those are more hidden strengths that you can identify, that you can help you move towards developing more of your strengths that are inside you, that reside in there, that reside within you. And looking at your passions as well, right? Where you're passionate. These are all things that allow you to connect with your strengths. Looking at your past experience as well, and understanding, what have I gone through that I've now developed a skill or an ability that now I feel confident around, right? So looking at your strengths and looking at where you're naturally drawn to developing yourself are where you're going to really find that sweet spot. And playing in your strengths, why it's important in creating your vision around your strengths and what you're naturally drawn to, and your skills and curiosities and passions and experience and all these things, because playing in your strengths allows you to stack your motivation and inspiration as a source of energy for you to pursue your vision. So look back at your successful experiences, your proudest moment in life, your proudest moments in life, and really start to identify the strengths, the skills that you've developed, things that you're naturally drawn to, something that you've identified as potential, as hidden potential inside of you. And write out even your origin story to understand, what you've gone through in your life, to reflect back. It's really good practice to look back at our life experience, our story, and pick out the patterns and the moments of joy and feeling proud, and our successes and these things, and when times where we were thriving, or that we felt really good and confident in what we were doing. And those are going to be indicators for you to really get clear on your strengths. And these are going to continue to evolve over time as you move towards your vision. The second element required here in your purposeful life vision is your values. So getting clear on your core values. Your values are your internal drivers. It's what you care about. It's what's important to you. So, what pisses you off is a good indicator of what you value. The opposite of what pisses you off is a value. And looking at, what you just really care about, right? Is it freedom, autonomy of choice? Is it, adventure, fun, and play? Is it, kindness? Is it empathy? What are some of those core values that really for you are important in your life, for the people around you, for how you live your life? Really understanding, your core values is really what drives you forward. And so there's typically two ways I like to think of values, and one is in character values and the other is in lifestyle values. I kind of put them in two different buckets. Character values are like how I want to show up, and and what values I want to drive my decisions and behaviors in life, so that I can show up in that way for the people around me. So that could be like acceptance, empathy, compassion, kindness, discipline, confidence. These are all different ways, different character values. And lifestyle values is how do you want to live? Adventure, right? Contribution, even travel or health and wellness. What are those values? Community. What are some of those lifestyle values that are going to allow you to live a life that you aspire to live, or that you admire or are inspired by from others? So looking at your core values, there's ways you can do this, like looking at your experience and Also a good indicator, understanding what you value right now in your life is, where do you spend most of your time, money, and energy? And where would you like to be spending most of your time, money, and energy? So that's where you can understand where you're actually spending your time, but where you actually would rather spend your time, money, and energy. And that's going to really be a good indicator of your values and what you naturally value in your life. And so so here, when you get into that intersection of values and strengths, is where you're going to find inspiration. Because when you're naturally good at something, when you're naturally interested in something, when you have these strengths and you tie them into your values, then you start to get inspired with the possibilities, and you get inspired by the belief of being able to develop yourself and to grow, which is a core fundamental human need. So you really start to draw from inspiration in your life. The third element that's key in creating a purposeful life vision is impact. So giving back, your contribution to others and causes you care about or pains that you want to heal. This is all about your impact statement and who is going to be impacted by you fulfilling your vision, right? Is it your friends, your family, your community? How are you going to give back? What causes do you care about? So making a positive impact in someone's life, big or small, depending on where you're at in your life, in a way that is aligned with and challenges your strengths and values, creates fulfillment in your life. So really understanding this component of impact, being of service, having a service mindset, and understanding, how do I want to make a difference in the world? What do I, again, by identifying your values, you're going to know what you care about. You're going to care what kind of maybe pain you want to heal in yourself first, maybe, and then being able to then offer the opportunity to others to heal from that pain through contribution with maybe the money or the wealth that you'll create, or maybe it's just going to be through the work that you do, or maybe it's going to be both, right? So really looking at your values and impact and strengths is what's going to really create that purposeful life vision. It's going to create meaning at the intersection of impact and values, and also motivation when you tie in your strengths with impact, because in this intersection is really where you feel the most alive, the most in line, the most in flow, and which is going to drive that motivation as well when you're making it about something bigger than yourself and not just about yourself. And so motivation can be fleeting, but at the end of the day, when you tie in all of these elements, when motivation isn't necessarily there, the meaning and the inspiration is what's going to continue to drive you forward and helping you create your purposeful life vision. So what did you get from this session or this video? What was the insight that you needed to hear today? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, peace.